Hello and welcome to another episode. I'm Zelmont and this is my YouTube where I play Ark and talk about lots of random stuff. Today's episode, Old Man Lesson. It's something important that I think kind of gets lost in the shuffle, especially for young people, and even adults don't seem to realize how important this actually is. And that's today's lesson is reading comprehension. Um, it really is a huge issue in today's day and age, with the information age kind of deal. The biggest issue we have, I find, it tends to be your information and misinformation and propaganda from all sides. And your absolute best weapon against propaganda and misinformation will is your ability to comprehend what is actually being claimed and what is and is not substantiated. Before I go any further, once again, here's a little plug in. If you find yourself enjoying the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content. There's my YouTube at Zelmont. Obviously, you're probably watching it now if you're watching this, but for people who just pass by, it's also on the server because this is official PvE. It is there. My Facebook at Zelmont.2022, and my Twitter I don't really use, but if you want to give me a follow on there, it's at Zelmont83. Really, if you at Zelmont 2022, my Facebook, that tends to be the social media I use the most for just random posts and whatnot. The more interaction I were to get there, the more I would do there. Obviously, the same could be said for the Twitter. I mean, if I was to start getting engagement there, I'd probably do something more there. But anyways, don't comment. Let me know your thoughts. But it's like I say, when it comes to information, it's all about your ability to comprehend what is being stated. And I find myself all the time just going past posts because on the surface it'll seem all fluffy, and on the surface I can agree with something. It's like, oh, be kind and merciful and forgiving, and it's like, yeah, okay, I can agree with that. And then it goes into depth about the quote, and it'll be like the person's making a quote about how there's nobody during the World War II era that's come through unscathed. Everybody saw tragedy and actually went through real trauma, right? Like everybody was touched by it, and then trying to equate it to today. Well, no, I'm sorry, I'm not. That there's a huge difference between that. Now, the reality is perspective is everything, but that's exactly it. You give people who aren't going through huge stuff the proper perspective by showing that this is actually what you could be going through, right? Like, when you muddy the waters and say they are the same, no, they're not the same that way. But like I say, all of that comes down to reading comprehension becomes language comprehension, right? And for people who don't have good reading comprehension, there's one real way to fix that. To some degree or another, you need to start reading a lot and do essentially book reports. Even if they're not real book reports, you could even do it orally, right? Like talk. But the idea is like you actually have to think about what it is that you're reading and actually like comprehend it, right? Like it's in the phrase reading comprehension, right? Don't just read the chapter, but read the chapter and then summarize to me what happened in that chapter. That shows me that you're actually understanding what's happening, right? And the more you do that, the more you get exposed to different words used in different ways, in different contexts, and it broadens that reading comprehension, which translates directly into a language comprehension. And so, like, you see the red flags right there. If you have good reading comprehension, you see propaganda right off. And right now, you live in an age like everywhere is propaganda. Everywhere. Everyone's throwing propaganda at you, and so you need to be able to have the proper ability to comprehend what is being stated, to weigh through and find out what the actual truth is, right? Yeah, okay, I'm going to be merciful and kind, but I'm not going to say that a person being told no is the same as a person who's actually gone through who's actually had real loss, right? Like, that's not the same. You being told no is not the same as a person not having the love of their life in their life anymore. It's not the same. Yes, yes, you have whatever you've been through, and like I say, it's all about perspective. So for a person who hasn't experienced any, but like I say, like the I don't know, it's be compassionate, but don't be a fool. Really. But I think reading comprehension is super important. I think kids and teenagers especially should be focusing on reading. You should be reading a book a week at least. At least. Um, and you can. You know what I mean? Like, it's the only reason you can't is because you don't. It's not that you can't. It's you don't. So, even if a person has to get I heard something. Well, I thought I did anyways. But, like, I don't even know where I was going now. I got distracted from it. But yeah, you should be reading a kid can definitely read a novel, at least one novel a week, right? Like, um, and then the more you do it, the faster you get at it, right? The I don't know, but that's how you do it, and it actually is important. And like, I even myself, I find, like, I don't read anymore. I really don't. I know I should. Well, I guess that's not quite true. I did read Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules to Life recently, so, like, I guess that's not entirely. But I don't read nearly as. It's definitely not a book a week at all. Not even remotely close. It's like a book a year, right? Like, and it is. It's one of those. There's really actually is no reason why I can't. And we all should. You need to find, well, like, me at least, I can say, well, I have good reading comprehension. I don't get drawn into these propaganda BSs. I see through it, and I'm able to explain why it's wrong. Although, I tend to, when it comes to online me, a few years ago, I used to wade into that battle in the comments section quite often, but these days I find myself just skipping past, because there's, you need to think about why it is that you're engaging, and people don't like having their bubbles burst. So when people are looking at something and are seeing the fairy tale, the pixie dust and the unicorns, they don't like it when you come in and go, yeah, that's not real. They attack you to defend their made-up fantasy, right? So, well, there's the timer. So we've definitely made a good time. I think we've really cinched this one. But yeah, so please if you find yourself leaving. Oh wow, getting tongue-tied there. But if you find yourself enjoying this video, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, comment, let me know your thoughts, and yeah, until next time. Let's see. No, yeah, it's been being funky lately. There we go. I gotta do certain stuff twice since the update. Not that I have such a hate on as everybody else these days has, but that's another story. Until next. Oh, did it again. There. No. Till next time. Later.